We were kind of just talking about how your voices have changed as you've grown up on this show and trying to keep your voices the same as they used to be a little bit. What's that been like growing up while being on the show?
I feel like yours has stayed more
or less the same.
More or less the same.
Yeah.
I think mine definitely has changed more. When we started, I was 12, and so the first season I was going through voice change, because as most 12-year-olds do, and all like the voice cracks when like Finn would scream and stuff was not like intentional in any way, shape, or form. That was just happenstance, but they it just sounded natural and it kind of worked, so they went with it, and then they allowed the character to age throughout the show, which is great. I think by like season 2 or 3, my voice is done changing, and then after that, it was more like a character voice, so it's up in my high register up here. But like my normal voice is now not like that at all. But it worked out because it kind of gave the show this nice maturing ability to go throughout the show. As Finn ages, the storylines kind of get more serious at times, more deep, and more diverse, which just kind of, I think, works well with the show when you're watching it. As kids from that age, too, they can kind of grow up with it as Finn was growing up. So I think it worked
nicely. It's not like Bart Simpson who celebrates his 8th birthday like every season.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Never ages.
Olivia, what is like the favorite song that you have sung in Adventure Time? Like the song that really stuck with you when you sang it?
Ooh. They're all so good. My favorite song and the one that sticks the most in my mind are two completely different ones. I think the one that sticks most in my mind is the Marceline's Diary song. And that was written by Cole, God bless. And it was so weird, and I was like, I couldn't get the weird like annotations down, and it was like,
That was the episode when they hide in Marceline's closet.
yeah.
Right?
So it's like, hello journal, it's me.
Oh, that one. Yes.
And that was probably the longest song we did, because I was like, what is this song? And like they had to bring him down to like sing it line by line. So that's the one that sticks the most in my mind. But
Because you remember, because having to like do it so many times, you just like remember it.
But I think my favorite song, it's like probably a tie between Everything Stays with Rebecca and I'm Just Your Problem are my two favorite I love to sing.
I'm Just Your Problem. Is amazing.
Yeah.
100%.
How about you? What, a song that stuck out in your head? Because Finn actually got a lot of singing going on as well.
He does. He really does. That's hard. I think like over time, the one that fans want me to sing the most is like the Baby Finn, like Punchy a Bun song, which is just fun because it's just more. It's for it's comedy. It's for a nice like comedic purpose. So that one's just like fun to do on a panel and stuff. People ask you to do it. So at first I was like, what is this? And then like over time it's grown on me, and so that's one of my faves.
There's a great Baby Finn Punchio Buns like techno remix.
Like a dubstep like remix
out there, yeah.
Oh, sweet. That's what we need. That's what the world needs. I think besides that, I'm like drawing a blank on half of them. There's a lot, and you like go through like 285 episodes. You're like, you forget that you even did stuff, and you
Is
go
that
back.
how many we've done? 285?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah, exactly. Probably.
Punchy a Bun.
Yeah, that's my fave. I'll stick with that.
When you guys film, or when you voice act, are you working with each other, or do you do it independently, like the lines and everything?
All together.
Yeah, we usually do all together. I mean, occasionally if like someone for scheduling couldn't be there for some reason, then no. But usually, we almost always had. For me, it was usually almost at least me and John, who plays Jake every single time. And then if Libby was ever there, it was always So we usually have pretty much everybody there recording together for the most part, which is more fun.
Yeah.
You get to know your castmates, and I think you kind of have a better chemistry, and you kind of hear that in the show, just the playing off each other.
Yeah, I've worked on shows where it is completely separated, and the first time you're meeting people that you've had hundreds of scenes with is like at a place like Comic-Con, and it's weird because your characters could be best friends in the show, but you don't even know the person. So I like it better when you are all in the same room and you can play off each other and laugh and really get real reactions in the scenes.
And then it's that much more fun when you go to promote the show too, because you do it in the person.
Yeah.
So you're just going and hanging out with your friend when you're doing this type of stuff. You know, I mean, you should be. We don't like each other, but you know,
Everybody else is really
yeah.
Kind of going back to that techno remix, is there a particular favorite fan song, piece of fan art that you guys have seen of your characters over the years?
Oof. I like the bacon pancakes Alicia Keys New York remix.
Oh yeah.
That one's really good. It's really well done, which is probably why it's
That
one of my
one
favorites.
came
Yeah.
on when I was at the gym, like on the elliptical.
It really?
Yes, and it was so funny because like I forgot my headphones, and so I was like dreading having to go do like cardio, like not listen to music. But they have music playing like in the
But it's not the music
airwaves.
you would choose.
It's not the music you would choose,
Yeah.
but it was like for some reason like I was meant to not bring my headphones because I'm sitting there like it's some other song, and then I'm like, all of a sudden bacon pancake, and I'm freaking out. I'm like, oh my god! And the other people in the gym are looking at me like, what is this girl freaking out about? What is this weird song? But for me, it was so cool.
Well, that's one of the things about being a voice actor is people don't always associate your face with the characters. Have you ever had a strange interaction where you're sort of out in the world and then someone hears you speak and like puts it together, discovers it?
One time when I was at the Apple store, the guy who was selling me my computer was like, "Are you a voice actor?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "Are you Marceline the Vampire Queen?" And I was like, "Yeah." And he was like, "I heard you." He's like the whole time. He's like, "I'm sorry if I'm being a weirdo, but like." He's like, I knew your voice this whole time, but it just clicked, and I was like, oh yeah. That's the only time it's ever happened though.
I don't know if I've ever. I mean, I've had people that like. I mean, nowadays with social media, someone can look up what you look like in 2 seconds. And so I'll have people that come up and like follow you or whatever. They're like, hey, oh my gosh, you're the dude from the thing. For me though, I like messing with people, and I think it's funny when people don't know it's you, but like are a fan of the show, and you like have a long conversation with them, and they don't realize. I was at dinner one time, and the waitress came up, and for whatever reason, whoever was with me, one of my friends was like, "Hey, do you like cartoons and stuff? Like, do you watch like a lot?" And she's like, "Oh yeah, it's here and there." He's like, "You watch the Cartoon Network?" She's like, "Yeah." He's like, "You ever watch like Adventure Time?" And she's like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Well, my friend has a great Finn impression. Like, do it." And I was like, "No." He's like, "No, do it." So I did it, and he was like, "So what do you think?" And she's like, "It's all right." So I just hope like one day she'll like see me on something and be like, oh my gosh, that was actually the guy.
I think it's fun. Well, it's funny for us because like the first couple cons that we started doing, like you would see cosplayers dressed up as your characters, and I would go up to them and be like, hey, can I get a photo of you? And they're like, no, sorry. And then, they would come to the signing later and they'd be like, I'm so sorry, I didn't know that was you. I just thought you were like some person who wanted a photo of me. And I was like, oh, and they're like, can we get a photo? And I'm like, no. Of course I do it, but like, it's funny.
You keep them on edge for a second.
You really don't know.
One thing before you guys have to go to the next table, speaking about art, there's obviously all that art kind of about the ship with Bubblegum and Marceline. That was huge news a couple of years ago when you kind of talked about it a little bit.
Yeah.
With the show ending, will we get any more of that?
You're gonna have to tune in to see.
I'll tell you what I say every time. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, that was the thing from a couple of years ago. Was me kind of hoping it was that because I shipped them, so I'm hoping the same thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
So over the past 10 seasons, you guys have collaborated with a lot of different directors, animators. For example, Masaki, director of Devilman Crybaby. Is there anyone that really stuck out in your head that was really interesting to work with, or anything like that, for voice acting and just storyboarding and everything else?
I hated our voice directors. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. No, I mean. I think that's really more of a question for you as far as the directors.
Right. But as far as like guest actors, do you remember anybody?
Guest actors?
Yeah.
Everybody that came on was crazy. They had all sorts of Weird Al. Yeah. He's great. Who's the guy that did the comic, the Emo Phillips was perfectly cast.
Yeah.
Emo Phillips was perfectly cast for that role.
He would take off his shirt because it would rustle so much. He took off his shirt on the first recording, and he's like, "Oh, I guess that's what he's like." But then the second time he recorded, he did it again. So now I think
he just wanted to take his shirt off.
maybe.
Emo, take your shirt off, brother.
But we got a lot of actors from the Thrilling Adventure Hour, which is cool.
Yeah.
So
because I would tell everybody to go see that show, which was pretty crazy. Mark Evan Jackson, sure.
Yeah.
Mark Evan Jackson did. Yeah, that was very cool. Oh, God, who else? Keith David was great. There were so many people that came on the show that were funny and that were wonderful. They're all good. You'd never walk in and be like, "Who's this guy?" So it was, I can put them all in a lump.
Was there anybody you guys tried to work with, or something that just fell through? Somebody who had, like, as an ambition that you wanted to bring on the show, but
that's
just
hard.
didn't happen?
Well, that makes it sound like who said no to us?
Who said no? No, why not? Why not? Who said no? I want to know. I want to know who said no.
I'm gonna get in trouble. No, actually,
this show's over, man. It's a wrap, dude. Let it out. Let some juice out, bro.
I can't remember right off the top of my head because we were lucky enough to get a lot of people.
Yeah, no, they're great, but I want to know like who.
I'll think about it. I think well, like Tyler the Creator, he was like a fan of the show early on, but then we couldn't get him when we actually. But I think that was a scheduling thing. That was usually what happened. It wasn't like people just saying no. It was like they couldn't make it happen or they were too busy. But as far as like directors, I really wanted to do a Don Hertzfeldt directed episode. We were kind of even talking to him the last season, but it got canceled, so that ended that. So that was like the one director I think would have been cool to get in before the show ended.
What will you miss the most about playing Jake?
Getting paid. No, I'm sorry. That sounded really crass. But what will I miss the most about playing Jake? I think I was just saying this before, how I got really emotional after the last record. And it snuck up and it hit me, punched me in the back of the head, like babbling, like crying. I think that what I'll miss the most is that there is a lot of me and Jake. And I'll miss that part, that connection, between me and that character that I'll always have. I'll always be fortunate enough to have that, even when the show is done. But that's the thing that that's the thing.
What are you most excited for fans to see when the finale drops?
It airing, because it's been like...
Yeah, straight up, that's true. Just let's get it over with. These people have been waiting long enough. Let's air it out. Because not only that, you want a reaction.
Yeah.
That's the main. It's not
closure
just,
too.
Yeah, reaction and closure. So you can okay. Yeah.
Why has it taken so long? Was it just a scheduling
That
thing?
is totally a business question, because as a strategy, I don't know why you'd wait 6 months between the second to last episode and the finale. So it is totally a CN question, really.
Yeah, it's a CN question.
Well, literally, if you think about it, it makes no sense.
No, it doesn't.
That's why it must make some business sense.
Yeah.
So that's my...
It's
not a polite
the
answer.
biz. Yeah, no, that's a good one.
But just as a conclusion, I think that's sort of what I'm most excited to see, because half people will definitely hate it because that's every show ending, But it's just kind of having that experience, like as opposed to just kind of teasing it forever. I think that's not really satisfying as a viewer. Or as people have made it. There are so many like board artists who are like, I need the show to air so I can get it out of my head. Because even now, because it hasn't aired, it still exists for them. And when it airs, somehow it'll exorcise it from them. That makes it sound like it's possessing them, but it is. It is, yeah.
It is.
It is, a little bit.
Sure. I'm with you.
Thinking of the finale as a conclusion, is it a definitive conclusion for you guys, or is this whole universe, and whether it's in a continuation of it, is it something that you guys want to?
That's a business question.
It
right
is
there.
though. That's
a
like,
business question.
Do franchises ever end these days?
I mean, who knows? Anything can happen. I mean, from personal experience. I mean, how many times did they bring back Futurama?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm not saying anything like, well, maybe they'll bring it back. It's like, no, that's not. But anything can happen. They can decide to reboot some part of it, or maybe they'll do. They've been talking about some. I've been hearing rumors of a feature. Man, until something is signed on the line, there is no speculation on what this is it. It's over. It's done. And that's okay. That's fine, and that's a good thing. And he's right. A lot of people will not like it. Because not like it in just being like, oh, this stinks. They won't like it because the world comes to a halt. That world all of a sudden, this endless palette of color and beauty and this whole world stop. You're all of a sudden at the edge of it, standing at the edge of it, and it turns out our world is flat. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it is. That's what it is. That's what they're gonna hate. They're gonna be like, "This is a flat world."
Oh, okay.
You know what I mean? That's the thing that they're gonna hate, and that happens in the last episode of every television show.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I think this story is over, and then hopefully it feels like the world does keep going without us watching. That would be satisfying.
I would really like to sell some products as Jake the dog, which would be fantastic. I think, I don't know, let's start with Miller Lite. Why not? It's stupid. It sounds dumb. You got a kid's cartoon with a dog, and he's going to sell beer. It'll. You know what? You know how much beer they would sell if it was Jake just being like, Miller Lite with far less calories than your regular beer.
You've been thinking about
just
this?
drinking. No, I just made it up. I just pulled it up. It's too early. I can't. I don't know.
The audience has grown up.
Oh yeah,
I feel like that would work.
Yeah.
I've been just waiting to pitch that.
Yeah. Maybe if we move to Adult Swim.
Yeah, exactly. No, perfect. Adult Swim, I'm selling beer. That's it. That's a wrap.